is Samantha the Patriot here on Hollywood Boulevard, where we're asking people about unemployment and underemployment. This is the American May 2011 Unemployment Report. Unemployment is 9.1%. Underemployment is 15.8%. Average hourly earnings is at $19.43. Hours worked is at 34.4. The average monthly earnings is $2,800. The average hour is $19.43. The average year is around $34,000. The May unemployment report is out, and unemployment is up to 9.1%, but underemployment is down to 15.8%, meaning fewer people with full-time work and more part-time workers. What do you think about that, Spidey?
I think more people are probably working part-time and less people working full-time. I know my job is pretty much full-time. There is no part-time superhero.
In a way, it's a good thing, but more Americans need more hours because we need to pay more bills, gas, and more stuff. So it's a good thing, but I don't know. It's tricky. It's good and bad.
Well, I think that reflects the business, how businesses are being ran right now. Businesses can't afford to hire full-time. And I think before we could fix the employment, we have to fix the businesses that they could hire people full-time again. And until we get, new fresh blood into the economy, and the businesses, there have been a couple of businesses like the car industry suddenly took a boom where they were hiring people full-time again. And that's what we need. We need to focus on the businesses and get them to hiring to full-time again.
Well, I say create your own job. That's what I say when it's down like that. Get creative and make it like me. I like to make Krabby Patties. Sometimes I make them straight from my Bikini Bottom house, but in my pineapple house. Oh yeah.
Well, that's a very creative response, SpongeBob. I hope your creative ventures work out for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that people need to start going back to school and just maybe start focusing on the internet and using the resources that the internet is giving people ways to make money. And I think if people just take their time to really focus on using the internet and just reading books, they can find out new information on how to make money. I think that we can make it better if we can kind of create more jobs, if we just start focusing on things we can do to the environment.
Well, I think the unemployment rate is down, but more people are working or finding different ways to work. I think that we can't pay attention to these numbers. I don't think they're being honest. And by this politics being a new season coming up, a new president's going to get elected too, we'll just see. But I think that the numbers are still about the same. It hasn't changed at all.
So what do you think about trusting the government? You don't think we should trust the government?
I think you should trust the government right now. I think that the president that we got in is being as honest as he's allowed to. And I think that's what the deal is. Unfortunately, small businesses need to hire more people.
All sectors of the workforce increased except for government, where they continue to lose jobs. Do we want government workers taxing the private sector to pay for their government wages?
I don't think that they should be taxing private sectors. Well, but private sectors make good money. Maybe they make too much money. It's these politics. I'll tell you, man. It makes me want to go back to the jungle like a predator and just start hunting people down. You understand what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do we want more government workers taxing the private sector to pay their government wages?
I think that's good. That's good. Because us, people who pay taxes, we need to pay them. So if there's less people working for the government, that means that there's going to be more money for public schools, public everything. So, I think that's good.
No, I think that's absolutely wrong. Taxing the private sectors aren't going to solve it. That's just raising the taxes. That's the other question. It's just raising the taxes even more. You have to find revenues from other places. Raising the taxes is not the answer.
Do you think the government workers should tax the private sectors to pay for their government wages?
No, I don't think so. because they did a lot of budget cuts already, and they spent a lot of money on other nonsense stuff that didn't even get taken care of. We still suffering out here. And plus, number one, we still got energy, we still got water shortage, and we got global warming too. Look at that. They still over there in Alaska, the iceberg is still melting, and all my stuff is getting flooded. And plus, down in the Bikini Bottom, we get tidal wave too. You know, we get foreign currency coming through there. And terminal.
SpongeBob, I don't want your sponginess to dry out. If it gets too hot, what will happen to all the ice?
When it gets too hot, all the ice will melt. And then if it gets too hotter than that, then all the water will dry out, and I'll die of thirst, and I won't have none water to drink.
Right.
I think they should tax all the private sectors to pay more government wages, because the economy is just not up. And there's so many people like Bill Gates and all those guys that are living fat that they can round it out. How about Oprah? Give up some of that money. Share.
How much do they tax you as a superhero?
We don't make any money. They say crime doesn't pay, but fighting crime really doesn't pay, so, yeah.
Wow. How cheap is that, American government? You're not even paying your superheroes.
No, we don't get any kind of benefits or anything either.
Yeah. How about paying your superheroes, government?
Yeah, we don't need much, but it takes a lot to maintain your suit. Actually, if you could maybe help us out with that, that'd be great. Some sort of subsidy, perhaps, or a break on the insurance even would be great too.
All right. So the private sector businesses, when they can't balance their budget, they go out of business. Well, the government can't balance their budget, then they raise the taxes and lower the services. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that they need to raise. I think that we need to whoop American ass so they can start getting mean and mad, so they can start handling business and not let the government do this to them. I think that's crazy that they're doing that. We need to whoop some butts. I think the government needs to whoop some butt and make people go crazy, make the taxes up and just go nuts. And then we can go in the streets and start fighting for what's right. Everything happened for a reason.
I like that, fighting for what's right.
Yeah, fighting for what's right. Or maybe I need to go back to the jungle and act like a predator and start doing something to somebody.
That's messed up. That's not cool for me. That's not cool for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yup. So, but I'm happy that we're getting more part-times in America, and the answer is to bring the jobs from overseas to America, so more Americans can have more hours, So I'm happy for that.
Again, that's just a losing situation. Every time you raise taxes, it puts a bigger burden on the people of the state and of the county of wherever they're at. And then eventually it's going to get to the point where they can't afford it. In ancient times, Rome used to do the same thing. Rome had a tax for absolutely everything. Even if you entered their city, if you had a son or a daughter, there was a tax. And we all know what the outcome of Rome was. It fell. It collapsed. And that's going to be the answer. It's going to get to the point where people can't afford it. Again, they have to reach out to other sectors, other revenues, and open up other businesses. Do more import-export businesses like we used to do. Instead, we shut down a lot of people and we boycotted a lot of people. I think we need to re-examine that and open ourselves up again to doing a lot of import and export. And that will lower the taxes and raise employment. But right now, raising the taxes is not the solution. It never is.
So the government can't balance their budget. What do you think about that?
That's because they made some poor spending. They did a lot of spending when they did the AGI. That was number one. That didn't do anything. And a lot of these banks took the money and put it over to foreign countries and made money off us after we did a lot of what you call them things. They burst out money so they help out the economy so they can re-spend again. And then now they back broke again. Nobody's not spending again. Now unemployment is high, and every day people are laying off from their job. You only get less than 8 hours, especially in California, to work. And right now China we owe them a lot of money, and they pretty soon in 2016 they're going to overtake our government, economically wise.
Wow, that's a lot to think about. Thank you for your comments, SpongeBob.
You're welcome.
Can I have another hug?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I love that.
Any closing statements, SpongeBob?
Closing statement. Yeah, save all the pennies you can, try to invest, and don't put too much all in the IRA, because the IRA may be gone too. So make sure you put it into foreign currency or foreign banks, or put it in credit union, so that way your money is always safe. Don't put it in American banks. Not in America, I mean American banks, but not in commercial banks.
Thank you, SpongeBob.
You're welcome.
Anything else you want to say?
I want to say, let's keep supporting Obama, people like Donald Trump, Romney, no good. Stay with the president. Give him another 4 years and let him work.
So you want them to go with our current president, Obama?
That's right. Stay with Obama. Obama's the plan.
Is it okay if I tickle you, Elmo?
Yes. You tickling me. You're funny. I like you.
Thank you for joining us here on Hollywood Boulevard.
Bye, America. Thank you, America.
The Predatory Lender presents May 2011 Unemployment Report versus The Predatory Lender, starring Rebecca Rudzinski.